Hi everyone, it's Eric again, Sawmill's very own meteorologist, and this weekend it is UNCUT Latin Takeover weekend here at Sawmill, and that means dancing, sexy men, and delicious food. So let's get on with the weather headlines. And as we look ahead here to this Latin Weekend Takeover, we're celebrating the cultures of all Latin American countries. And of course, one way of doing that is by celebrating food, which is so important to us here in our Latin culture. And we have a Latin buffet Saturday night that I'm sure everyone's going to enjoy. Of course, we got sexy Latin go-go dancers and all sorts of sexy Latin men that'll be here throughout the entire weekend. So lots going on. In fact, it is a jam-packed schedule as always. Let's take a look at some of the events happening here at Sawmill this weekend. All right, well, take your pick, because if you're getting the party started, this Latin Weekend Takeover could start Thursday evening at 8 o'clock with your naked billiards and underwear party, both getting started at 8 o'clock. There are drink specials, by the way, between 7 and 8 o'clock on Thursday evening. Then if you are here already, or maybe you're getting here pretty early in the day on Friday, should be pretty good weather for hanging out at the pool. Can't rule out a brief shower or thunderstorm, but it's certainly going to be warm enough, and there will be some sunshine. At 7 o'clock is the Papi Chulo meetup. Now that will be at Gary's Cigar Bar, and this will be a good way to kind of get you warmed up for the bigger party that happens a little bit later in the evening. That's Friday at 10:30 will be the Fuego Friday dance party. So we'll dance the night away, and there's going to be some hot dancing because it is, after all, a Latin Weekend Takeover. Moving into our Saturday, a naked pool party with a DJ poolside. Temperatures well into the 80s, and it should be generally dry. Our rain chances are pretty low. Not zero, but they're low here on Saturday. And then at 9 o'clock will be, of course, our Stars of Sawmill show. But during the show, there's the Sexy Poppy contest. So are you a sexy poppy? Well, if you are, you may want to be in the contest. Again, make sure you're there for that Saturday at 9 o'clock. At 10:30 will be the Jockstrap dance party. And you know, us Latin men have nice booties, so this is going to be an event you don't want to miss. Temperatures in the mid-70s by 10:30 on Saturday evening. Now let's talk about the weather story. As we look at the weather map, there is a front moving through here early in the weekend, so a slight chance for some showers and thunderstorms. A lot of the moisture actually stays north of even northern Florida, getting into Georgia and the Carolinas, but I can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm here early in the weekend. I think Sunday may be the day where we are completely free and clear of rain chances, and if you have the opportunity to stick around, hang out by the pool a little bit longer, should be a great afternoon for doing that. Friday, we peak just shy of 90 degrees here at Sawmill with sun and clouds. A couple of isolated thunderstorms around this part of Florida. And then on Saturday afternoon, with some daytime heating and an increase in the humidity, some pop-up showers and storms possible. Certainly not going to be a washout. Any rain would be pretty short-lived. And then on Sunday, all of that starts to push off to the east, and we're dry. Temperatures in the upper 80s on Sunday. There's the extended forecast. We got a little rain at the end of the 7-day, but there's still plenty of time to, massage out all those details and get that sunshine back in the forecast. So that's your weekend forecast for the UNCUT Latin Weekend Takeover here at Sawmill. Have a great time, dance the night away, eat lots of delicious Latin food, and I'll see you all next week with another weather update.